So,
I'd like to chip in and ask Jerry something, kind of following up with where they've been, and that is I look at you as an industry insider. You have a vision of what we're doing that, very few people really have. Could you put your industry insider glasses on for a minute and speak, out of that side of your mouth, perhaps, and speak to the idea of what they were just talking about, about this leadership. What is that so unique? Because, if I was the first time watcher of this, what you guys were just talking about, I don't recognize these names. I don't understand the significance. It wouldn't mean anything to me unless I spent time, understanding the backstory. But from your chair, through your vision, as an insider, looking at what we were just talking about, how does that really pan out? Because we're talking about business tonight, and we're talking about the business of helping everybody get well, because that's the premise, is that we've got, I've written 750 pages with 800 citations nailing down the science side. So give me your quick 750 pages with 800 citation business side as to, what they were just talking about, why that matters.
well, it's interesting, Dr. Lee, that you mentioned put on the glasses from the corporate side. And we were truly blessed when we did make the decision on May 6th. And I can tell you that hearing Dan, being with Dan, and really studying what was going on with Asea over those last 8 years, I'll sum it up in a couple of quick phrases if I can. Ellen Noble talks about there are people, associates, that have joined this incredible company. Maybe it's their first company that they've been associated with in next level marketing, not MLM, but truly next level marketing, which is what Asea is all about. And if that's the case, please don't take for granted how fortunate you are that this is maybe your first, second, or third company that you've been associated with. Ellen talks about kissing a lot of princes. And if I'm not mistaken, this is his only second company. And look at the value that not only has he given to all of us, but that he's received. Well, I've been rubbing elbows, traveling the world, offices in every part of the world with this industry. And I can tell you that was a lot of frogs for me to kiss before I found the prince. For me personally, it was 22 years on the corporate side. The first 10 years before that as an associate or distributor, building a global business. So using that same concept, it was very clear to us. It was bigger than an aha moment. It was quite amazing. So Dr. Lee, I can say from a corporate standpoint, and you and I have had discussion about what's going on in this industry. I mean, literally billion-dollar companies at the top of the hill today are finding themselves in disarray, having to make decisions, having to overcome debt, this heavy weight of debt, maybe selling out, being acquired, maybe coming together in a merger. And here is this unbelievable company with the most unique product that we can all be proud of. And I think it's you, Dr. Lee, that has shared many times, I know Jim and Dr. Maureen as well, that we own this space. I could never say that on a stage anywhere from Dubai to Korea, to all of Asia, to the United States and Mexico. Having that conviction and certainty about our product, but I believe it's the two things. It's the leadership at the corporate offices, second to none, and then the leadership that this company has developed over their 13 years. And that's you, the many people that I'm looking at your faces right now, and then some. Leland, and the list just goes on and on. That's where I can now take off the corporate glasses and just be in awe, and so blessed to be a part of the associate field.
Okay, Jerry, I want you to go a little bit deeper because all my frogs came in corporate America in the brokerage world, and I had a bunch of that. And so this is my first dance with the Asea and with Norton family. But I have heard it said that a lot of all the other companies out there were formed and driven by what you say economics,
Yep.
Dan. But yet this company was founded by, in my opinion, God choosing the Norton family to bring a technology to the world. So they weren't out looking for an opportunity. He had already retired. He had all the money that he needed. You know, this was not driven by money, but it was driven totally by principles and purpose. How unusual is that in the industry as the industry expert that you are?
It is so unique, Jim. I remember having small conversations with Ed Weens and obviously with Dan quite a bit, and they would tell me over and over again how unique Asea is. And Jim and Ann, I've heard that for the last 22, 30 years, 10 years as a distributor in the last 22. And I've even actually said it thinking that that company, that project that we were representing was unique. But it wasn't. It was so driven by the lack of principles. It's one of the things that Dr. Lee, just knowing a small portion of the incredible book that he's writing right now, and I can't wait for all of us to have it, talking about the industry, the good, the bad, the ugly. And let's face it, we've heard Tyler say it many times. There are some good people. There are even some great people that have had good intentions at the very beginning. And those good intentions have gotten skewed, or maybe the direction, wasn't on track. But Asea is unique, so unique. I've never seen anything like this in the corporate world of this industry.